Hey guys, this is Goku, and on this channel we talk about poker and ideas that can improve your life. So if you're interested in that, please go ahead and click the subscribe button because I'll be honored to have you here. In this video, we'll talk about what pot odds are and how you can use them to your advantage. I'll also show you a great method to calculate the pot odds really quickly. So let's get right into it. Before we dig into calculating odds, let's start with a little introduction to probability. Imagine you have a deck of cards. You shuffle them and you pick one card at random. What is the probability of it being an ace? There are 52 cards in a deck and 4 of these are aces, so the probability of picking an ace is 4 over 52 or roughly 7.69%. Let's go through another example. What is the probability of being dealt a pair of aces? There are 4 ways to be dealt an ace for the first card, as we've learned in the previous example, and there are 3 ways of getting dealt an ace on the second card. So, the probability is 4 over 52 times 3 over 51, which is 1 over 221. So you will be dealt pocket aces roughly every 221 hands. The probability is the same for every pocket pair. Okay, let's talk about pot odds now. Imagine you are in position heads up on the river and your opponent bets 100 to you, and there's 300 in the pot. You have to call 100 to win 400, so the pot odds are 4 to 1. So if you want to call this bet, you better make sure you will win more than 1 out of 5 times, because only then you'll make a profit. Every time you're about to make a decision, you should think about the pot odds. If you're thinking about calling, think what are the pot odds? How often do I have to win to make profit? If you want to raise, think about what pot odds you will offer your opponent if you make this big of a bet. Let's talk about outs now. An out is a card that will improve your hand so that you're likely to win the pot. Imagine you are in position heads up on the flop. You are holding Jack 10 of diamonds and the board is 9 Queen 4 with 2 diamonds. At this point, you should calculate the amount of outs you have. You assume that your opponent has at least a pair of queens, so that you don't count jacks and tens as your outs, because they won't improve your hand enough to win. There are 4 8s and 4 kings that will give you a straight, so you've got 8 outs for a straight, and there are also 9 diamond cards that will give you a flush. 2 of these are an 8 and a 4, so your total number of outs to either hit a straight or a flush is 15. So you have 15 outs. What now? You want to know what is the probability of hitting your outs. To make things easy, use the 4 and 2 rule. On the flop, multiply the number of outs by 4 to estimate the probability, and on the turn, multiply the number of outs by 2. The 4 and 2 rule is great as it is very easy to remember. But above 12 outs, it starts to get more and more inaccurate, so I have prepared a table with actual probabilities, and you can check it out on my site gokupoker.com. It is important to know the number of outs and to calculate the probability of hitting them, because it allows you to make better decisions. Back to our example. The villain bets 50 to the pot of 100. You quickly calculate that your pot odds are 3 to 1, so you only need to win 25% of the time to break even, and you know the odds of hitting the flush or straight are 60%, so you call. The turn is an ace of clubs, and your opponent bets 100 to the pot of 200. Your pot odds are again 3 to 1, and the odds of hitting your hand are now 30%. You realize that 70% of the time you'll end up missing both the flush and the straight, but you call knowing that this call is slightly profitable, plus you decide that if you miss your outs and your opponent checks to you on the river, you'll bet 70% of the pot to try and take it down. The river comes 8 of hearts, you bet 70% of the pot, and the villain folds. Okay, great. Let's sum up what you've learned. You know what pot odds are and how to calculate them. You know that counting the pot odds allows you to make better decisions because you know what percentage of hands you need to win in a specific spot to make your call profitable. You also know what outs are and how to calculate the probability of hitting them. You use the rule of 4 and 2. On the flop you multiply the amount of outs by 4, and on the turn you multiply them by 2, and you have the probability of hitting your outs. Make sure to check out my website for actual probabilities, because the 4 and 2 rule gets more and more inaccurate above 12 outs. Hey, thanks for watching this video. If you have any questions or comments, please go ahead and post them below, and I'll be sure to answer them as best as I can. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to watch more videos like this in the future. You want to learn how to play poker? Great. You have little or no experience playing poker? No problem. Do you want to learn the fundamentals, the most basic principles that allow you to easily win money when playing with casual players? That's perfect, because this Udemy course was created specifically for people like you. My name is Mateusz. I've played over 3 million hands of No Limit Texas Hold'em, and I would like to teach you how to play poker like a pro. What you will learn in this course are the fundamentals, the ABC of poker, condensed into 21 short and easily digestible lectures, which altogether take just under 2.5 hours to watch. In each lecture, you will learn a different concept which you can test out and practice immediately after watching. And that's really the best way of taking this course. As with all skills in life, you cannot become a pro unless you spend some hours practicing the craft. So you're gonna have to practice and play some poker for at least 30 minutes after each and every lesson. If you do that, I have no doubt that you will become a winning poker player in less than 2 weeks. Well, do you want to become a good poker player? Do you want to be able to beat recreational players easily? Do you want to have a great time winning at your local home games? Great! Get this course now and start winning at poker.